Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. भाई इतना बुरा धोएंगे मेरे को भी नहीं मालूम था. I had New Zealand to win this game, but not like this. This was sensational. That partnership between Rachin Ravindra and Devin Conway was absolutely outstanding, man. They just smashed basketball का बाप कर दिया भाई अहमदाबाद में. They just killed it, man. 123 of 96 balls for Rachin Ravindra and 152 of 121 from Devin Conway. I mean, Conway, I've seen him bat before. I knew the talent that he had, but Rachin Ravindra, first game, man, first game of the World Cup to bat like that, it was just sensational to watch. एक उन्हें पुल शॉट मारा उधर मार्क वुड को ठाक बोल के जो छक्का मारा, I think that was like almost 150 kilometers per hour. It went 200 kilometers per hour. It was an incredible shot and incredible batting display by these two. Absolutely dominant New Zealand. No Kane Williamson, no Mr. Ish Sodhi, no Ferguson, Lockie Ferguson, and they still managed to win this game with such dominance and control. Incredible, man. This team is something else. They're a proper World Cup team. A lot of questions for England to answer. They got a taste of their own medicine. Baseball ka ulta ho gaya idhar, and this is a very good team. Like, I still respect England. I feel that they're a good team. They got their batting wrong today, and after that, the bowlers just smashed it. Got smashed, sorry. Zareb Ali, Zariab Ali, Assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam, kaise hain bhai? Abu Bakr, I'm a big fan. Sharminda kar de rahe. I'm a big fan of you, buddy. I'm a big fan of you and your work. If anyone can follow on Instagram, Mr. Abu Bakr has a great Instagram page where he does pictures of all these cities. He's a big guy in Canada, in Toronto, but he captures all countries all over the world. So Abu Bakr, if you can put your Instagram handle here, everyone will follow you, man. You're the guy. Love from Pakistan, brother. Love to you too. Hope you're doing well. You have a big game tomorrow, Pakistan versus Netherlands. Looking forward to that as well. लेकिन हाँ, अगर आज की बात मैं बात करूँ, इतना dominance मैं नहीं समझा. I thought New Zealand will chase this down, but I thought it'll be a closer game compared to what we saw today. Outstanding batting, man. It was incredible to watch that young guy. कितने साल का होगा? 21 साल का होगा. It was too good to watch. They're proper cricketing shots. It wasn't like they were trying to play scoops, reverse scoops. They were not forcing anything. Front foot पे जब बॉल आ रहा था in their zone arc में front foot पे खेल रहे थे. जब छोटी बॉल आ रही थी back foot पे खेल रहे थे. Pull shots, cut shots, cover drives. It was proper cricketing shots. It wasn't something out of the book. They weren't trying to enforce anything. They're letting the ball come to them. Yes, I felt that under lights it became a bit better to bat on. Lekin utna farak nahi tha. Even when England were batting, it was a good pitch. Lekin England gave away the wickets. Whereas New Zealand, they played proper cricketing shots. They weren't trying to be inventive. The less risk tha, but more reward. As the way they played. Outstanding. Do you think England just didn't have enough runs on the board and nothing to panic about for them? I mean, look, when you lose a big game like this, of course, you're going to panic a bit. Thoda sa panic रहेगा. Lekin what I've seen with England in the past, they've lost to Ireland also and they've won the World Cup. They've lost to Sri Lanka chasing 220. They needed like 60 of 80 and they lost the game, but they still won the World Cup there in 2019. So I wouldn't panic if I'm an England fan right now. They still have a lot of talent, a lot of resources. Abhi to, even if Ben Stokes is injured, I feel they still have a quality team. They backed till number 11. We saw that today as well. The last partnership was 28, 30 runs. Not many teams can produce things like that. Yes, if they do continue to lose 2-3 games on the trot, then of course you're going to panic. But right now, I'm not too worried from England's point of view. But if you look at today's performance, you have to criticize the way they batted. Like, in a 50-over game, you can play baseball, whatever. You can play aggressive cricket, but the shot selection has to be questioned. They were gifting wickets to New Zealand. It wasn't like New Zealand were getting them out. Harry Brook, after hitting 18 runs or 16 runs in 3 balls, to play a shot like that is not acceptable. Like, he shouldn't have done that. Uska Maran ka bhi jo shot tha, wo bhi irresponsible shot tha. And yeah, there's 2-3 other shots that it's not coming to my memory right now, but they were poor shots and they have themselves to blame. They have to learn from this and then come back strong in the next game, and I'm sure they will. But today's all about New Zealand, the Kiwis, man. No Williamson, no problem. Tom Latham was outstanding in his captaincy. The way he used Glenn Phillips, sensational. I don't know who to give the man of the match to because, you had Conway killed it. You had Henry killed it. You had what's his name? Grant Phillips killed it with the ball as well. But I'll have to give it to Rachin Ravindra because for a young man, nobody really knows him. He put his name on the map. First game of the World Cup in India, the foreign conditions to him to bat like that. Oh, bah, 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 bah. It's just too good, man. Too good. Maza aa gaya dekh ke. He's my man of the match, and he is a player to watch out for the future. There's no doubt about it. I just love the way he batted. I saw glimpses of it against Pakistan. He batted really well, but that was a warm-up game and everything. So I said, let's see what happens. But to bat, one down over here in the place of Kane Williamson, itna bada shoes to fill. Bhai, unhe jo khela, bhai, it's a great night for him and his family and the whole team. I think they will never forget this night. New Zealand off to a great start. Their net run rate is really high right now. That is going to help them both stronger net run rate. आगे जाके ये फायदा होगा उन लोगों को 100% की गारंटी है तो well done to the Kiwis, man. They're a tournament team. They're always going to cause problems for oppositions when the World Cup comes. No matter what has happened in the bilaterals, no matter whatever has happened, either udhar, they know what to do. I will just say, just give me 2 seconds. I just have to say goodbye to Most the Legend, and I will be back in 2 seconds. Yes, I'm back. Oh. So so that's what I was talking about. This Kiwi team, man. Yeah, they're a tournament team. They know exactly World Cup kaisa karna hai. बहुत इतना professional unit देखते, well-oiled machine. Bilaterals में जो भी रहने दो, जब बड़ा tournament आता, they punch above their weight. Again, if you see on paper, the England team was miles ahead. There was no Ferguson, like I mentioned. There was no Kane Williamson. There was no Sodhi as well, who would have bowled really well, I felt, on this pitch. Despite all that, the way the performance they put in to restrict England under 300, marvelous. Captaincy was outstanding, even though their main captain wasn't there, Tom Latham. That's the thing. They're well structured. They know, everybody knows their roles. If you're coming off the bench, they know the role. If you're a starting 11 guy, you know your role. They know exactly. It's very clear, crystal clear. कोई complications नहीं है, कोई pressure नहीं है उन लोग पे. England team में फिर भी थोड़ा सा pressure रहता. Indian team में pressure रहता. Pakistan team, like, everyone puts pressure on them, but New Zealand team, no one really. They go under the radar every tournament and they put in sublime performances. This team is outstanding. Of course, they will have games where they will be tested a bit more, but this is the perfect start for them. It's a dream start, beating the defending champions, taking revenge for 2019. You wouldn't call it exact revenge because it's not the final. Lekin, I think it's exactly what they wanted, and calm, cool, collected. What a performance from them. From England's point of view, like I mentioned, bowling as well. One thing which will concern them is Mark Wood went for a lot of runs. 11 run per over gaya उन्हें. I think 55 खाया 5 over में बहुत ज़्यादा था वो. He's their main bowler, and he got hit like that. He'll have to. And Wokes also, he looked worrying. His opening spell, if you compare it to Sam Curran was much more tighter. His lines and lengths were much better. लेकिन जो Wokes bowling कर रहा है, it worried me a bit. In England, he's a different bowler. It looks like in India, he looks like a completely different bowler. He didn't look effective at all. He leaked too many runs. So that's a concern. Him and Mark Wood, they'll have to pull their socks up because these are two world-class bowlers. And if they got pummeled like that, that is a cause for concern for England, 100%. And then, I think just the start that they got, New Zealand 90 for 1 and 10 overs, it was always going to be downhill for England. It was always going to be a tough ask to pull things back. And that's where you have to give credit to New Zealand, playing proper cricketing shots, not taking too many risks, understanding the conditions. They bowled first. They knew exactly how the pitch was going to play. Not exactly, but, they gauged it a bit quicker, and they knew the target set in front of them. They don't have to panic too much. And still, despite that, they went at a rate of knots. They didn't hold back at all. But it was through traditional cricketing shots. It wasn't something out of the box. We didn't see laps and this and that. It was like proper. Jump pe ball hai, us hisab se un log khel rahe the. They were playing each ball on its merit, and it was a world-class performance. I have to give credit to the bowlers, Matt Henry as well. The way he bowled, he was outstanding today. He set the tone in the first over, bowled a maiden, and the way he was beating the bat consistently. I think it was off David Milan. It was high-class bowling, and then he was backed up by Mitch Santner. Mitch Santner went under the radar again. This guy's a high-quality bowler, man. People take him lightly. The way he varies his pace, that is something that I really enjoy. He just doesn't come and dart it in and expect the ball. If there's no turn, they'll hit him. No, even if there is no turn, he will do something with the pace. He'll do something. He'll pull his length back a bit. He'll change his line a bit. He's a very smart bowler, Mitch Santner, and I really enjoyed the way he bowled today. Both zabardast tha unhe. And Glenn Phillips, my guy, Sunrisers, outstanding bowling. 2 ही ओवर डाला, 2 विकेट निकाल दिया मोइन अली का और जो रूट का. जबरदस्त bowling थी उसकी, पूरा गेम पलटा दिया उन्हें. And he put New Zealand in a fantastic position. So you have to give credit to the bowlers. ठीक है, the batting was outstanding, marvelous, world class. लेकिन जो bowling करे भाई इन लोग, अब जो setup करे ball के साथ, incredible. Because ये England team should have probably got to 300 plus at least, but to restrict them like that, hats off, man. Hats off to the New Zealand team. Tom Latham deserves a lot of credit too. So yeah, overall world class performance. If you have any comments, questions, आप लोग भेजते रहिए. जो भी है सवाल मैं लेते जाऊंगा. And I'm just seeing who actually got the man of the match. Yeah, Ravindra, the same guy I gave, he got the man of the match. And rightly so, man. What a dream start to the World Cup for this guy's World Cup debut to play like that. Incredible. There's no Bracewell as well and no Tim Sadi, I forgot. Those two were also not there in addition to Williamson and Isodi. And Ferguson too. Sometimes it's unbelievable at times, but great to have a great day out. That's what Ravinder is saying. The bowlers bowl very well, and lucky enough to have Devon out there. I spent a lot of time with Dev, and we are very, very close mates. I was a little more comfortable, and I have a lot of chat. So basically, like he's contributing the compliments to his teammates. He's saying like his teammates made it easier for him, and yeah, man, well done to this young kid holding his nerve and performing like that on the world stage. Outstanding. Tomorrow we have Pakistan Netherlands. That's going to be hopefully a good game. It might be one-sided in my opinion. Pakistan, I know they have not had the best of starts here in India in the warm-up games. Like I think against Netherlands they'll have a bit too much. Again, you never know with Pakistan. They can lose to Netherlands and then they can do something else. They're very unpredictable. But tomorrow, I think they should be pretty much sorted. Also, they've been playing in Hyderabad. They've been ahead of the last week. They're more acclimatized to Netherlands. They understand the conditions a bit more than Netherlands. You can say, of course. So I think 99.9% Pakistan should win this game. The question will be, will Saud Shakil play or not? In my opinion, he should. And who will be the third seamer? Will be Hassan Ali or Wasim Jr. That will probably be jo sawala aa rahe Pakistan ke taraf se. Lekin they should be able to win comfortably tomorrow, in my opinion. But yes, this England-New Zealand game, I had New Zealand winning it. Then I saw the team. I thought about changing my decision, but once I made the prediction, I just said like forget it. But in deep down, I thought maybe England would probably take this game. But then second innings, I thought New Zealand will win because when I saw 280, it's not enough on the board. But to win in this manner, I never expected it, man. The way they batted, sensational. You have lit this World Cup alight right now, and sensational partnership. And this partnership will be remembered in World Cup folklore, I think. It was crazy to watch. Really enjoyed that batting. साफ मार रहे थे shots, उन लोग कड़क कड़क शॉट आ रहे थे. बहुत मजा आया भाई. मेरे हिसाब से तो जबरदस्त innings थी. Josh Buttler also, he was very disappointed with the performance. Of course, he's not panicking yet, but he felt that they were short at halftime itself. Ki bahut kam runs the. I think he read the pitches behind the stumps. He understood exactly how the pitch is playing. I mean, not behind the stumps. He batted, sorry, and he was batting well too. He probably realized they needed 320, 330. It looked like in hindsight they needed 400, लेकिन at least they were 30-40 run short. अपने भाई भी जो जुड़े थे हमारे साथ हाफ टाइम पे, उन लोग भी वही बोल रहे थे कि भाई 40 रन शॉर्ट है और उतना ही हो गया, समझो. बट हाँ, आप लोग और भी कोई कमेंट्स है, कुछ भी है तो पूछते रहिए आप लोग. If you have anything, I'm still with you guys over here. And yeah, it's a good start to the World Cup. It's also giving us an indication that it's good batting pitches right now. It's good to bat on. They're fresh pitches. And maybe as the tournament progresses, the spin will come into play. Even faster bowlers will come to play with variations. There was a bit of swing and seam on offer, especially for New Zealand. In the first innings, I think the way Henry bowled, we saw some movement. Like overall, it was a very good wicket to bat on, and that's going to be the trend, I think, in the first week or two. Then, as the tournament progresses, it's a 40-day tournament. Like it's what around like 6 weeks tournament. So, chhatte week mein, panchwe week, and maybe fourth. Even तीसरा वीक we'll probably see more in it for the bowlers. लेकिन अभी फिलहाल ऐसा दिख रहा कि भाई जितने भी मैं देखे मैचेस वार्म अप को मिला के और आज का मैच मिला के अच्छी बैटिंग पिचेस है, फ्रेश पिचेस है और बैटिंग लुक्स लाइक comfortable. You look comfortable batting because even England, everyone got to a start. They didn't really struggle. They just gifted their wickets. Poor short selection. They didn't calculate exactly, when to accelerate, when not to accelerate. But it wasn't like they were really. Yeah, you can say Matt Henry sat in beat the bat a few times, but nothing to really cause any fear in the batting lineup. It was a good batting pitch, and I think that will be the trend for the first couple of weeks in the World Cup, unless there's an anomaly here and there. It'll be interesting to see how India play against Australia, what combination they play, how the pitch will be in Chennai. I'm very intrigued to see, because so far it's been good batting pitches. Chennai, traditionally, we know it's slow and it can turn, but again, the season is the start of the cricket season here in India, and it looks like the pitches are fresh even in Chennai. And we've seen Chennai also previously, it can be high scoring at times too. It's not like it's just rank turners. So again, how the pitch is going to be made, what type of surface it is, that will also dictate India's team combination too. You can't, I don't think, if it's a flat batting wicket, then playing three spinners might not be worth it. You'll have to go with the extra fast bowler. You were right. Yesterday, New Zealand will demolish England. But I'll be very honest with you. I had New Zealand win this game, Hashim bhai. But मेरे को ऐसा नहीं लगा कि इतना dominate करने वाला है. ये तो they took me by surprise. Particularly जब toss पे मालूम हुआ कि Ferguson, Isodi उन लोग नहीं है. I thought it'll be a close game, But they were absolutely dominant. New Zealand, they took me by surprise. I had them to win the game, but not like this. This was incredible. Phillips bowling chunk of overs and warm-ups helps. It's how you benefit from warm games. Very good point, Harun Ibrahim bhai. Thank you so much for joining. Hashim bhai, also thank you so much for joining. Yeah, सही बात है भाई. Warm-up का यही फायदा है कि rolling your arm over, because we didn't know Isodi won't be available, and I mean. I think back of the mind, there was information that he's not fully fit, so that's why they're probably bowling Glenn Phillips in the warm-up games. And आज भाई फायदा हो गया, उन्हें आके 2 ही ओवर डाला, पूरा मैच पलटा दिया 2 ओवर में, बड़े-बड़े विकेट्स. बिकॉज अगर जो रूट सेंचुरी बना दिया, देन पूरा स्कोर अलग रहता, कंप्लेक्शन ऑफ द गेम पूरा अलग रहता. तो I completely agree with you, Mr. Harun. I think it did benefit them, and he bowled so well, man. I'm excited for the IPL now. Like Sunrisers, Mr. Glenn Phillips, my guy. But yeah, man, I think he was used really well. That's where you have to give credit to the captain too. उन्हें सही टाइम पे लेके आया, पे सही टाइम पे निकाला, पे सही टाइम पे वापस लेके आया. 2 ही ओवर डाला, वहीं पे पूरा गेम ऊपर नीचे कर दिया उन्हें. तो very good captaincy from Mr. Glenn Phillips. From Tom Latham. I have to give him credit over there. But Glenn Phillips, yeah, he did the job. He understood his role. And that's the thing. They have well-defined roles. They know exactly कितना contribute करना है, कितना नहीं करना है. New Zealand, very proper, fit outfit, very good fielding side, calm under pressure. Of course, there will be times, there will be challenges in this World Cup. It's not like, they won't be challenged. They will have their difficulties too. There will be times where they make mistakes, commit mistakes under pressure too. Lekin, from what I've seen with New Zealand's history, we always don't give them a chance, and they just come and they punch above their weight. Specifically today, there was no doubt England were favorites to win this game, especially when these many players were missing. Rachin Ravindra used to bat at around 7-8. Yes, he did. And then warm-up game, suddenly he opened against Pakistan, and today he batted 1 down. So that utilization, they have these multi-role players, you utilize them in multiple positions. It's just outstanding how New Zealand just keep bringing in talent, man, from nowhere. No one knew this guy. I mean, I've seen him play. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen him play. मगर ऐसा बुरा मानता बोल के किसी को भी नहीं मालूम था. पाकिस्तान को भी उन्हें धोया, पर यहाँ आके जो धोया भाई, नेक्स्ट लेवल. ये तो लाइक प्रॉपर वर्ल्ड कप गेम है, वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस के अगेंस्ट खिलाफ खेल रहा. मजाक नहीं है. आप कैप्टन को रिप्लेस कर रहे हैं. दिस आर बिग शूज टू फिल. Size 13 Shaquille O'Neal shoes, bro. He came and he filled those in and batted beautifully. Incredible, man. It took me by surprise. I'm sure it took a lot of you by surprise too. Class batting. Creamed it today, man. Proper batting, Mr. Rachin Ravindra. Outstanding. And Conway, we have to give him credit. Faz, shout out to him, my co-host, my guy. He also said ki bhai, Conway will be the player to watch out for in this tournament, and he had him as one of the batters to watch out for. The way Conway batted, he looks at home now. There was a lot of criticism early on by Conway. Khali New Zealand mein khel sakta, for Sena countries mein khel sakta, subcontinent mein he struggles against spin, everything. But you saw today, even in the IPL, we saw the last season, he's very comfortable now in Indian conditions. Bhai, England were a bit confused in start. The batting never clicked. What's the reason? I think poor shot selection. They also were a bit confused. They were a bit worried that they need like 300 plus 400 plus, so they went over aggressive at times, and it's simple that they made multiple individual errors with the bat. Harry Brooks' shot was completely unnecessary. Like I said, Malan's shot was completely unnecessary. You don't need to play shots like that. Yes, Butler was cramped for room, but like overall they made mistakes with the bat, man, and it cost them. Oh, who will Williamson replace if he comes back? भाई क्या खतरनाक सवाल पूछे अबू बकर विल यंग क्या बोल सकते हैं अब मैं क्या बोलूं विल यंग उन्हें जीरो पे आउट हुआ इट्स गोइंग बी वेरी अनफेयर ऑन द किड ऑन द गाय but Williamson needs to come back into the team when he's fit but like the thing is what we heard in the at the toss that it's going to be a step by step, day by day process. We don't know if Williamson is going to come in the next game or the game after. There's still time, maybe. Mere hisab se, I don't know exactly when he'll come back. Until then they'll play this 11. They'll, particularly with the batting order. Bowling, I think Ferguson will come in, Sodhi will come in. But Williamson, if he comes in, he'll probably come in for Will Young. You can't take out Rachin Ravindra. He'll probably go and open the batting with Conway, and you'll have Williamson one down. Williamson can open two, but I think he'll probably slot into one down if he's fully fit. कल बाबर की सेंचुरी करेगा, उसकी फेवरेट टीम है नेदरलैंड्स. हाँ मतलब ये तो बहुत चलता है बाबर के बारे में कि उन्हें play performs against the smaller teams and everything, लेकिन you have to beat what's in front of you and tomorrow upset नहीं होना भाई. उन लोग upset हो गए तो फिर बहुत बुरा आ जाएगा उन लोग, because like आप lightly नहीं ले सकते कोई भी टीम को. नेदरलैंड्स भी अपने दिन पे किसी को भी हरा सकते. We saw that against South Africa in the last World Cup. They beat the mighty South Africans who had no care about it. They're a very good team and हरा दिए. तो Pakistan can't take it lightly. Their first objective is to win, and then second objective to win by a big margin, get that net run rate up, because again it's going to be tough for them in this tournament. And they have to start somewhere, and tomorrow is the day for them. They'll have to come out strong and put in a performance. I will be extremely surprised if they lose the game. Like I said, they've been acclimatized to the conditions now. एक हफ्ता हो गया हैदराबाद में आके. They are more used to it. They have players who have played all over the world. So I think Pakistan should win 99.9%. If they don't, it's going to be a massive upset. But never say never, man. World Cups, anything can happen. Today England were really big favorite, especially at the toss when we found out players were missing. England should have won the game on paper, like a match happens on the pitch in the stadium, and New Zealand just completely dominated, man. They controlled the game from ball one and never looked back. Outstanding. आप लोग बोलिए आप लोगों के लिए कौन सबसे इम्प्रेसिव प्लेयर था आज? Who was the batter to watch out for? Who was the bowler? Who was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, keep them flowing. Tomorrow's Pakistan and other games. Hopefully Faizbhai will go to the ground and report from there, and we'll cover that game too. Let's see what happens day-to-day basis. Hopefully we'll get you content from there, from Hyderabad, the Pakistan-Netherlands game. And overall, then is the India-Australia. We'll have our one of our reporters going there for that too. He's flying to Chennai tomorrow, so we'll get you the latest. The India team's an orange training jersey. I absolutely love that jersey. Zabardast dikh raha mereko. Mereko to bahut pasand aaya. It's giving me some Sunrisers feels. I need to get that training jersey from somewhere. I don't know where, man. But why crowd not there in the stadium? I think the thing is, first of all, it's a huge stadium, so जो भी थे 20-30 हजार, it looked very tiny. Again, India नहीं खेल रही, that's probably another reason. I'm surprised that people didn't fly out. Maybe that could be something to do with the ticketing, or the World Cup tickets weren't it was last minute thing. People weren't able to make their travel plans. I was, normally there's a big Barmy army contingent whenever England travel. I didn't really see that today. I was more surprised with that. The England thing. There were Indian fans who came in, kudos to them. They saw like a world-class partnership. I was surprised that there's no more traveling fans too, and Indian fans as well. Hopefully we get to see more thing, but it's probably like when India play, it's going to be completely full. When there's other teams, maybe we're not going to see full. But again, it'll depend on the venues. Ahmedabad is a huge ground to fill. If it was in Chinnaswamy, maybe it would have looked more full, right? That's how I'm looking at it. But it did look, in the start, it looked like, what the hell is this, the first game of the World Cup? But then slowly thoda sa crowd build hua, saw a bit of noise, saw a bit of people. But overall, mere ko jo match to maza aaya. I enjoyed the game. I really like the way New Zealand played. I learned a lot from Tom Latham in terms of his captaincy. Learned a lot from Rachin Ravindra. The way he composed himself as a young player. I'm sure he was nervous first World Cup game. The way he played the shots as well. Very mature batting, at the same time very aggressive as well, and very effective. Who do you have for the semis? Bro, I'll keep changing every day, man. Ideally, I want India, Pakistan. I have England too, and then South Africa. But New Zealand will make it. Don't get me wrong. But I was just asking me. I'm giving you my thing. But New Zealand will make it. Like these guys always make the semifinals. I'll be very surprised if New Zealand don't make it. I said that yesterday too. That New Zealand don't. They will make the semis. But I just don't. I didn't put them. I never put them, and they still make it. South Africa, because I just want to. I like the way their team is structured. I find some of their batters very exciting to watch. Quentin de Kock, I think he's a fabulous player. Markram, I think, is a class player. Klaasen, outstanding player. Marco Jansen, outstanding player. I think I've named 3 Sunrisers out of 4. So maybe that's another reason. But New Zealand, man, they should make it. इस बार पाकिस्तान इंडिया को गिफ्ट देगा भाई यही मैच सब लुक फॉरवर्ड कर रहे हैं होपफुली वी गेट टू सी अ टाइट गेम सुपर ओवर चला है ना वी वांट टू सी इट्स गोना बी packed it's going to atmosphere is going to be lit it's going to be amazing really looking forward to it that's all I can say in startup game don't you think the host team must play in World Cup to boost up the tournament yeah I think that should happen but that normally does happen. I think 2011 it was India Bangladesh first game. Bangladesh were the host co-host, so they hosted that game. 2015 it was Australia, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, and Australia versus England. There was 2 games in the first day, and they both were the host nations who played in that first day, and we saw full grounds. 2019 it was England, South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was England, South Africa. So England were the host team. Yeah, ideally, I would have liked to see the host team play first, India play first, but I think the logistics and everything, I don't know what goes around. Like, I'm not involved in the organization of the tournament, so I don't know what their thought process is. I'm sure they have their valid reasons, and there's nothing. It's okay, man. Whatever it is, it's we're still going to see some world-class games. We're going to see some high-intensity cricket. I'm sure of that, and I'm looking forward to it. I just hope players are fit. We don't get too many injuries. We've already had a lot of injuries. There's still injuries from both sides today. There's no Ben Stokes. There's no Kane Williams. So these are big players. We want to see them play. So yeah. जी अमरीश भाई बाबर का ओल्ड नेम जिम्बाब्वे नेपाल आजम ये हाँ लोग तो बोलते हैं ऐसा आप देखेंगे क्या होता मैं तो रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ आई थिंक ही इज अ रियली गुड प्लेयर आई हैव सीन हिम लाइव अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स is a good player. Of course, I don't compare him to Virat Kohli. I don't compare him to that level. I think he's a really good player. Same as, in other teams, like I find Quinton de Kock a really good player. He hasn't lived up to the expectations either. Under pressure, he does crack at times, but I consider him a very good player too. From New Zealand, Kane Williamson, I rate him as one of the best batsmen in all formats in our modern era. For me, he's in the top 3, top 4 easily. So everyone has their opinion. Everybody, you can you can have your favorites. No problem in that. But yeah, this good, amazing start for New Zealand for the World Cup. I mean, they've set the tone now. They've beaten the defending champions by a massive margin with so many balls and overs to spare and 9 wickets, incredible. They've set the tone. We saw fireworks today with the bat. We saw them bowl well, field well too. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow, Pakistan versus Netherlands. Catch us for the preview, catch us for the review too, and the mid innings. Hopefully, we will have Faz over there reporting from the ground too, and he will get to the latest action from that. And then we'll move on to Saturday. I think it's a double-header. Then Sunday is the massive clash, Super Sunday, India versus Australia. I'm sure the whole of India will be anticipating that game. Everyone's excited to see their heroes step onto the field. It's going to be a packed crowd at the Chepauk. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. They're playing Australia. It's a massive game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to it. In the meantime, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure आप फैमिली दोस्तों के साथ फॉलो शेयर करो और उन लोगों को बोलो हमारे को फॉलो करो. हम लोग बहुत छोटी चैनल है, बहुत छोटे लोग हैं, but we have we love cricket. We're very passionate about it, and we'll hopefully get you the latest from the grounds and from the World Cup here. So really appreciate everyone's time today. Thank you so much for joining. And tune in every time we go live. Make sure you subscribe to our socials on Twitter, Insta. वहाँ पे updates करेंगे वहाँ पे भी, and community post भी देखते रहिए आप. और until then इजाजत है मेरे तरफ से. Take care everybody. The World Cup has officially started, and it's going to be a crazy 6 weeks. Thank you so much. I will catch you guys tomorrow.